When this project started, you were actually one of the first faces that came on camera with the Right to Dream project. What has it been like for you being able to take that position and really expand into where you are right now?
Yeah, it's been an honor. That's the word that comes to mind soon. It was a lonely start. There weren't a lot of people around, and so really getting the opportunity to help to build it with Right to Dream, and I had a lot of support along the way with them. And then it was about, first and foremost, getting the right people in the door. I think we've hired a really good staff that's well beyond just Mikey. That's our operations folks, it's our kit guys, it's our trainers, it's everybody else that comes in between. So I think we did a really good job getting the right people in-house. And then from a player standpoint, I think we've gotten a lot right. We've gotten some wrong too. And I think we've already made changes throughout the season. We had a lot of new faces even in the summer. So that's what excites me, I think, is that we have players that have improved quite drastically. And I think some of them didn't even have a full preseason with us. So, yeah, all in all, I think I'm really proud of the culture that we've built. And I think that's led to success a lot quicker than anybody could have really imagined.
And then you've always talked about the analytical part of your position and being the sporting director. What about the intangibles? How does that factor into what you do in your decision making, knowing that you do have that analytical background?
Yeah, I think these are human beings. So analytics is important and everything. It helps you make decisions. But at the end of the day, you still need to take into consideration everything else that comes with human beings. And so that's moving families. That's how they interact from day to day, how they settle, how they interact with other players and other staff members. And so I definitely think it's saved us a lot of time and will continue to save us a lot of time and make us more efficient as we operate as a club. It's paying heavy dividends right now as we look to improve the squad going into next year. But yeah, I think I've learned a lot about those difficult conversations, and I've been behind a computer a lot in my career, and now you're kind of front and center, and you have to have difficult conversations, and you realize very quickly in a leadership position not everybody's going to like you, but my job is to protect the culture and to protect the values that the owners want me to obviously be here and carry out, and so that's what I have at the focus all the time, and it's about protecting the group.
Post-match, after a victory, you go to take social media and just lay that brick and just talking about the brick by brick and building the house. And what is that in the long term in this season? What has that been like for you, being able to be the first one to build that foundation of a new club?
Yeah, it's about milestones. I think everybody always asks us what's the goal of the season, and our goal is to win the first game. It was to win the first game as a club together, and I think that's still the same thing. It's to win the next game. And I think that's been really important mindset from the beginning. I'm glad that Mikey had the same intentions, and so yeah, we've created a milestone wall. We have milestones from every game, and that goes back to kind of the objective piece, is that we believe if we do things this way, we have a better chance of winning the next game, and that will give us more success in a full season. And I think it's been status quo for the whole season. It's been like that when we lost 3 games in a row. It's like that when we hit the playoffs. And I think it's really important to keep the process at the center of it, and yeah, continue to build. And we also won't be done building whenever this season ends. Whether we play 1 more week or 2 more weeks, it's now about how do we continue to build on this and start to sustain it as much as possible.
And then now taking it now in the professional level, the high level that you're working in now. Obviously, you worked in Monaco, Right to Dream. What are some of the little things that, when you wake up and go to work, still kind of make you just take that step back and really take it all in, whether it's on game day, whether it's out here on the pitch, in these quiet mornings in Singing Hills? What are those moments for you that you still take?
I'm quite a simple person. I don't show a lot of emotion, and so I just love coming to work every day. We're fortunate that we have these unbelievable facilities. We're fortunate that we have really good owners, and so I really enjoy the people that I work with. That always hasn't been the case in my career, and so I'm really fortunate that we do have that here. And so those are the little things that I really enjoy, is just making sure to come here and have a smile on my face all the time, and make sure that we have a really good camaraderie with all the staff. And it's the staff games, it's the coffees with the people down in the cafe, it's the eating with each other, it's coming out and watching training. Like, those things are, I'm blessed to be able to work in this sport all the time. I'm blessed to be able to work in this city, to be able to work for this ownership group, because I do think we have a lot of really good things here, and that's what keeps me going every day. And when I don't feel that anymore, it means I won't be a part of a project, or I won't be a part of a job, but those are really, really strong at the moment, and I'm really enjoying every second of it.
You're enjoying San Diego a lot, I assume?
Yeah, it's amazing. I haven't got a chance still to go out really, but if this is the weather in December, I think I can get used to this. My mom was just here from Minnesota, so that game felt a little bit more special to me. That's my last club I ever played for. That was one of the first clubs I ever went and tried to get a job at and didn't, but so she was here, and then she just sent me a picture. She went home and there's snow on the ground, so I'm fortunate that I get to wake up and it's 80 degrees in December.
And have you enjoyed the experience, or maybe not enjoyed the experience of the way MLS is set up, obviously with the salary cap, the vocabulary that comes with the GAM, TAM, and all those little nuances where in world football that's not necessarily how it works. It's very specific to MLS.
Yeah, but everybody has the same restrictions, right? And I think that's where the strategy piece comes in. That's where the efficiency comes in. And again, it goes back to the staff that we've hired. I think we got a lot of really good people that have been able to find nuances of how we can have success. And we have a lot of flexibility going into next year. We've got open discretionary spend spots. We have a ton of GAM. I do believe that we're in a good position and we haven't sold out to have success in this first year. And so as with everything, it's a learning curve. I think we've been able to pick it up really quickly. We have a lot of really intelligent people, and now it's about how do you be more efficient and how's your strategy better than other teams. And I also kind of like that too. You know what I mean? It's it's not a league where you spend more money and you win games. Like, you're still forced to be able to operate within restrictions, and really enjoyed trying to find clever ways around it and make the most and maximize it.
And within the league, you've been able to really captivate the league, even with the Right to Dream movement. It was a blueprint coming in the beginning of the season. Can you really differentiate now mainline Right to Dream with a SanDiego.FC style of Right to Dream? What's the difference, or is there really a difference in that new style that SanDiego.FC is able to develop?
Yeah, there's a ton of similarities, there's a ton of alignment, but there's always going to be nuances. This is a league that's completely different than the Danish Superliga, right? You have elite players, you have world-class players, and so we've changed a little bit how we press, for example. Like, that was something that on day one we had an idea of how we wanted to press, and then we realized, okay, teams playing bigger shapes here, and it's harder to get pressure on the ball. And so those tweaks, and again, it goes to Mikey and his staff, they've been able to find those solutions and what they've been able to do there, and that's been really important for us. It was something that we did even in the Portland game, right? That we struggled in game 2, and so we came back here and said, how can we improve game 3? And so we made nuances to that style of play in that. And it will only continue next year. We haven't had a ton of time to focus on every detail this year because it was about getting the basics right. And I do think over time you're going to start to see us continue to evolve. But I think we also put a lot of pressure on other teams. Everybody kind of changes whenever they come play us, and they operate in a little bit of a different capacity. And so now it's about how can we continue to expand our tool belt and continue to improve.
Yeah. Finally, you talk about simplicity in those moments of like, hey, you are able to go ahead and get a Pele and bring him in, and he's able to produce as well as he's able to produce, and you get those victories that are very specific to your role. How do you go ahead and celebrate and enjoy those while still being able to move forward?
Yeah, the Pele one is funny. I sent him a note. We have a strategy group chat on WhatsApp, and I sent a note in that when he scored that volley in the game against Portland, because those ones aren't me. I'm not the one identifying, and yeah, sometimes I have to go get the deal done and things like that, but it's about celebrating as a group. Like, these aren't my sole decisions. None of these players have been my sole decision. It's been a process that we follow, and it's a group decision that we all come to a conclusion. Not everybody always agrees with it, but we talk it through and we say, look, this is the risk, this is the reward, what do we think we'd be able to get out of this? And Pele was luckily very low risk. And I think that's, again, shows that what we have here, we have a style that I think brings out the best in players. I think we have a coaching staff that's only going to improve players. We have a good performance staff that will get these guys fitted on the field, and Pele's been a kind of a component of all of that. He arrived and he wasn't in the best shape, and our human performance staff was able to get him in a really quick way. We have a style of play that really suits him, that is similar to how he played at Bodo, and then we've been able to maximize him. And so those are amazing little wins. We celebrate those often, but I think we celebrate the process more than we celebrate anything else. And so that will be how we try to continue into next season too.
I just have one more actually. Something that yourself and Mikey have been actually very, almost refreshing in the sports media landscape is that you guys are very poignant. You guys don't necessarily hide, or there's no smoke and mirrors in your response with a Iloski situation, with any sort of situation with Edwin Lozano. The entire team has been direct. Is that intentional in the way that that's structured, or that's just the nature of the two of you?
No, I think it's honesty. It's also the philosophy of the club and the owners. We like to be very honest with people. Honesty sometimes doesn't create friends, but I do think it creates clarity, and I think clarity is extremely important for us here. And so it is about making sure that people are aware of the situation, and sometimes it means that it's not the right opportunity here. Do you know what I mean? And so for us, it's about, we don't want to sugarcoat, we don't want to make anything more confusing than it is. We already work in a industry where there's people and feelings and everything else that comes with it, and we believe that clarity is the way forward, and I know Mikey's believes that as well, and we're like that direct to the players, and we're like that hopefully direct with the media and everything else that comes in between. I would rather live that way than have a bunch of doubts and not know whatever else may be said. So good.